In weather, Lord, all of the amazing things that we get to experience as people of Arizona here, especially in Maricopa, Lord. And I just see your hand at work in so many different places. And I just want to take a moment to thank you specifically for our mayor and vice mayor, Lord, for our city council, city manager's office, the city of Maricopa, who have done a phenomenal job on behalf of this city trying to create a better place for all those who call Maricopa home and those potential residents that want to come here. This is by far a destination point for great families. And so for those of us that have that vision and that excitement for the community of Maricopa, may we be more than willing, Lord, to give all that we can, sacrifice and service to meet that end. I'm just thanking you for the families that are represented in the city leadership here, Lord, the wives and the husbands, Lord, the children, the significant others of those that are a part of our city leadership. We're praying, Lord, that as they give so much of their time and their talent, Lord, that you would bless their families. May their families see the sacrifice as a source of blessing. And I'm praying also, Lord, that as they receive that they would understand the weight of the responsibility that you have given them to be all that they need to be, all that you've called them to be for this community. And we know that your plan is at work. We're just a part of that, and we surrender to that. We love you. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you for the time that we have to do this consistently, Lord, to make this a better place. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you very much to our Maricopa High School Junior Air Force Junior ROTC cadets for presenting the colors. We really appreciate that, as well as for Matt Balgard. We thank you for being here as always and praying for us. Before we move to the roll call, I just wanted to quickly say that I wanted to say one thing that I'm sure is also on our minds, and that is you're also very aware of the tragedy that went on this weekend, and so I just wanted to have a moment of silence for that, and just kind of these unusual times in which we live, and it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of good in the world, but there's also a lot of evil, and so I just wanted to have a moment of silence this time. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll move to the roll call, please.
Councilmember Chapados?
Here.
Councilwoman Dusty?
Here.
Councilmember Manfredi?
Here.
Councilmember Smith?
Here.
Councilmember Wade?
Here.
Vice Mayor Brown?
Here.
Mayor Price?
Here.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Great, thank you very much. We have a lot on the docket today, so we'll move swiftly through this here. We don't have any proclamations, acknowledgments, or awards at this time. Move to the report for the mayor. Had the opportunity to represent the city of Maricopa at a CABC event celebrating WestJet. It was their grand reopening at the Mesa Gateway Airport. Had the opportunity to be there with several other mayors from the East Valley. We are a member of the CABC as we celebrate our Canadian neighbors and the varied economic impacts and benefits that they bring to us as well as that we give to them. So we wanted to make sure that we were represented at that. Also had the opportunity to represent the city and speak at the American Public Works Association. They asked a variety of different, sat on a panel there with two other mayors, Mayor of Tempe and the Mayor of Mesa and the city of Maricopa. So I think we were well represented there in this association as we answered different questions regarding the various public work aspects of major projects and how those happen in cities and municipalities in general. Also attended the monthly ADOT meeting this past, I guess it was 2.5 weeks ago. That was on a Friday morning up in the Prescott area. Interesting time to listen to the different things that ADOT is going through and of course the transportation issues that are before us, but also had the opportunity to talk to them briefly about the variety of different things and invite them to the groundbreaking on November 20th, which we invite all of you to for the 347 overpass, which will become a reality as we break ground. So again, that's on Monday, November 20th. At 10 a.m. So we encourage you to keep watching for those details. Also, like the Vice Mayor said earlier, we had the opportunity to attend the Lower Santa Cruz River Alliance and the U.S. Corps of Engineers update. This is a really big deal. As you know, it's one of those things I say all the time that keeps me up at night. Flooding throughout the city of Maricopa, which is really odd considering we live in a desert and it's dry 99% of the time, but it's that 1% of the time that it rains that the water has nowhere to go, and so it runs. And when it runs, it becomes dangerous. And so if you look back at the history of Maricopa, it's happened here multiple times, even in the last 30 years. It's happened 2 or 3 times that are really, really bad. And so it's something that we work very closely on now to fix a project of the breadth and scope of something this large, to channelize that, to deal with levies and other types of deterrents. It's a massive project, and it takes federal help, and so we work very closely with the U.S. Corps of Engineers. I think the thing that stood out to me today, Vice Mayor, the most is that the giant, and this is going to sound bad, but it really is an interesting phenomenon, the giant bureaucracy that is the U.S. Corps, the Army Corps, and just all the rules and regulations. And there are political rules, and there are rules as to funding, and there are congressional rules as to how that funding happens, and you have all these stages and steps that you have to prove, and you can't prove one thing, but you have to prove another, and it's absolutely fascinating. Now, it's at the same time, it's jarring and frustrating as all get out, because you can't make anything go fast. But we are making huge strides and huge headway, and what we determined today, working with the Corps and through their last 6 or 8 months of studies that they presented to us, is that we have now attained a cost-benefit ratio for the area that really does make this a viable project. While we've always said it was a viable project, Congress won't fund it unless you hit certain cost-benefit ratios. And so you have to prove that the dollars that you get to stop the destruction will have a 2 or 3% ratio against those dollars. And so what you're saving is 2 or 3 times the amount of what you're spending. And so it really does make sense, but how do you get to that point is really difficult. And so again, I just wanted to let you know we are making progress on that. It is painfully slow, and these things take so much time because there are so many I's to dot and T's to cross. But I want you to know that it is something we are perpetually working on. It is one of those things that keeps us up at night, and that we are working diligently on, because it affects economic development. It affects your homes. It affects where you live. And it frankly affects the city. And if we want to continue to grow, we have to fix these problems. And this is one of those foundational base issues that takes a lot of continued support and years of looking beyond just any one group of people and looking at the problem and how do you tackle and challenge and overcome that problem. So that is something, again, I think it is a good report. We are making headway. It is slow, but we are making huge strides in ways that other communities are 20 or 30 years behind us, and they've started 15, 20 years before us. So these are the type of size and time these projects can take. And then last but not least, I just wanted to reiterate something that both Councilwoman Gussie as well as Councilmember Wade had mentioned, and that is the Veterans Day Parade that will be taking place this weekend as we celebrate our veterans. We were lucky enough to have the Air Force Junior ROTC cadets here today to present the colors, but that will start at 9 a.m. And again, remind me of the starting point. Is that the school? Is that it's not Sequoia? It's Legacy. Okay. To Leading Edge. So Legacy to Leading Edge at 9 o'clock will be the parade route. So we hope to see you there, and that'll be something exciting. So that concludes the mayor's report at this time. We move to the report from the city manager.
Honorable Mayor, council members, I was told that recently we've had a lot of mud in the city, and so we indeed have taken video of that mud, and I have Fred that will come up and introduce to show evidence of exactly what occurred.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council, and City Manager Rose. I think it's getting ready to start. Maybe we should look at this first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Mike Riggs. I'm the park manager here for the City of Maricopa. We're here at the 2017 Maricopa Mud Run. I am co-director along with Matthew Ryder, who's currently conducting and running the show. I'm the kind of behind-the-scenes guy. Myself and my staff are the ones that have the opportunity and the challenge to build every one of these obstacles every year. We make them a little harder, a little tougher, and a little more interesting every year. We have 19 obstacles, 4 which are new. We look forward to this season every year. The entire staff does, to put these together, to have everybody have a great time out here.
awesome. I think it brings a lot of people together. There's a lot of good causes and fundraising and other things that go on, so I think it's great that we do a lot of that. It's become tradition, like this is my 4th time running this, so it's kind of like a family thing now.
We're gonna kill this course.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, me. Guys, how are you gonna win? Look at, no, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
You know, I haven't even taken my dog for a walk this year yet.
I hear there's a really ice cold one with ice in it. I don't really do well with cold. I'm from Arizona, so I'm kind of nervous about that one.
See, I'll be done by sometime tomorrow.
It's awesome. It is phenomenal. The friendships, the camaraderie, the cohesion of everybody around out there. You know, everybody helping everybody, and it's just invigorating. Just got motivated. Helping the kids and seeing the kids out there cheering them on, high-fiving, and just being a big kid. You know, I'm an old man being a kid, and you know, where can you go out and do it except here in Maricopa?
It's a good idea. It's awesome. Yeah?
We're the Mud Run! Drop him! Drop him!
Don't drop it like that.
So as you can see, there were several people there, some in the room. I know the mayor set the standard for the mayor's challenge early and wasn't there on the 28th, but was there in spirit, I'm sure. Councilmember Wade went through the course on at least 2 occasions because he went with himself and then with his grandson, I believe. Councilmember Gussie was there witnessing all of that, and then somebody came impersonating Councilmember Manfredi. It's true, that was a little bit scary. But just to give you some, I think it was a good success. We had 1,177 participants in all the runs combined, 1,800 spectators, and we know that these numbers are fairly accurate because we require everybody to fill out a waiver form, so we're pretty certain of what the number is. And so when you think about 1,000, a little over 1,000 participants, 1,800 spectators, and I think what was priceless, as you saw, was the smiles on the people's faces. So thanks for all your support and participation, and look forward to next year.
Thank you very much.
Matthew. I mean, I know that he was mentioning he was controlling the
Signatures to call to the public. I do have 2 speaker cards. I'll go to, 3 speaker cards. Go to those first, and after which
Hello. I wanted to bring in that was the only I don't know what the exact mile to, and I did some
announce that proud and excited and screenplays all of our sponsors, and we are grateful Maricopa is in challenges everyone. So all of those, I have to tell you, the films are filmmakers, survived films that'll make you, and just really they do for us.
Their price and council is happy.
Yeah, but that's the goals. But I do ask that the city of Maricopa, I love you. We couldn't have done it without you, and I hope you'll keep supporting us. We still have Copa Central Command and the Don Herron Relief Fund open at Desert Schools Bank in Fry's store. You can put it into the Don Herron Relief Fund or the Maricopa Pantry, which is the 501c3 that I own. I'm taking 25 families in Rockport for Christmas, and we plan on doing a Christmas basket with them. We plan on doing also a Christmas basket for Maricopa at the same time. But we do hope we can keep the support of the people of Maricopa and the city of Maricopa behind us, and we plan to make you proud in our adventures. We thank you for the opportunity to go to Rockport.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to all the volunteers who went and for all those who donated. And like you said, the work is far from done. With 80% of the infrastructure destroyed, that is just an amazing, we had some conversations, the Vice Mayor and I today, with folks that were from New Orleans during Katrina, and that's been how many years now, and they're still recovering. So it's a long haul, so we appreciate it. And thank you very much for all you're doing. And thank you for representing us so well. Appreciate it. That takes us to the next item. Again, thank you again to all those who participated. 10.3, the Mayor and City Council to discuss possible take action to reauthorize an annual holiday signage program that assists in promoting local business awareness and economic growth from November 22nd to January 7th, 2018. It says for discussion and action. I think you're taking it, Denise.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the council. This evening I have the holiday signage program in front of you. So this is the 12th annual program, and the purpose behind this campaign is to promote local business awareness, to keep the holiday spending in town, and to encourage a festive holiday shopping atmosphere. So I'm excited to be here presenting something lighthearted, something fun, something that the business community enjoys, as well as the residents of Maricopa. So City Council has historically approved this for over 10 years. There has been a fair amount of support from the business community. They enjoy being able to add the additional signage and decorate their businesses, as well as participate in the contest. So what has changed for this year is an extension of the period. Usually we start this in December. We're opening this up to the, I think it's the day before Thanksgiving. Previously it was December 1, and this allows us to include Black Friday, and it closes the first Sunday in January. We will encourage businesses to apply for this and to register through our BRE visits as well as social media posts. This is an updated flyer, which I think is a better representation of the program. And we've also changed the incentives. So there's cash prizes as well as a free vendor booth for the 2018 Salsa Festival. So it's a great way to get more vendor participation at the event as well. So this was meant as a joke because those really are the regulations and they're on page 2. So we won't go through all of them, but basically you have to have an active business license, be in the commercial corridors. You can't restrict, people drivers from seeing, inhibiting their ability to view traffic. So all those instructions and regulations are on page 2 of the flyer, and judging will take place on December 9th through the 18th. I'm happy to answer any questions about the program.
Council, questions on this program? Yes, Councilwoman Gussie.
I just have one question. Is this information in Spanish? Is it going to be made available in Spanish?
We can make it available in Spanish.
Yeah, I know of 2 particular businesses that are currently operating, and they do have licenses, that would appreciate this in Spanish.
Okay, yeah.
Perfect. Any other questions or concerns on this? All right, is there a motion?
Mayor, I move to approve this 10.3.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much. We're excited about having that. Appreciate it. 10.4, the mayor and city council shall hear a presentation from Quentin Baker, Executive Director for the Maricopa Center for Entrepreneurship, or MCE, to provide an update on the third quarter for July, August, September activities. This is for discussion only. Quentin and Denise.
Good evening. I was just going to introduce Mr. Baker. So as the mayor mentioned, he's here to provide an update on July, August, and September. And the information will revolve around metrics, recent activities such as the creation of the board of directors, mentors that are now available, and future programming. Please welcome Quentin Baker.
Thank you, Denise. Quentin.
Hello, good evening, Mayor and Council. And I just want to, before I get started into this, the crew that I have back here has informed me that I give very dry statistic presentations. So I'm going to try to not do that this time. And I also wanted to acknowledge them for showing up here. I actually have two of our advisors here, Mr. Sean Casher as well as Mr. Martin Schallenbach, which I'm sure is a stranger to many of you. So, and I wanted to also say thank you, Jenny, for coming, our pitch competition winner, as well as Aris. So, yeah, I wanted to just get started on that. And I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because there's a lot more stuff that's not statistic-based that I want to talk about. So, quarterly update. Right now what we're looking at is the third quarter compared to the second quarter. The few asterisks that you see at the bottom are things that were significantly boosted by the pitch competition that we held here in August. And the main thing that I would like to show on this is that some of these metrics that we have are actually going to be going away, and some of them are going to be, we're going to be adding more. The few that'll be going, actually there's a next slide for that, are basically ones that I've gotten complaints about saying, oh, it doesn't really work for what we're up to. So we listened, and it also gave us a certain amount of confidence that we're actually able to now bring a breadth of metrics to what we're up to, which was something that wasn't there before. So when it comes to a few of the things here around like the events hosted, events sponsored, that's been a lot of the arts and entrepreneurs. That's some of the events that we've been having there to promote our local community, as well as our team has actually grown since then, I think since the statistics for the third quarter, to about 5 people. So you'll be noticing more marketing that's been doing, more availability there. And like what we were discussing before around having the office being open and available for the community, there's gonna be not just myself, but other team members as well. The additional metrics that we are able to provide are listed here, serving this population of Maricopa's business license holders, as well as business license applicants after MCE interaction. This was requested based off of us being able to track who is come in and then before didn't have a business license and now does. So looking to see what impact we have on that. The active mentors that we now have a mentor pool. And I would actually like to thank Councilwoman Chapados for being one of the first mentors out of the council to actually volunteer and dedicate their time towards our small businesses. Thank you for that. So being able to report how many mentors we have that are active, how many hours of mentoring is being requested and delivered, any external partnership and sponsorship dollars. So I'm gonna, through some of these, the main focus of this is I am still completely committed and dedicated that the center is geared towards self-sustaining and being self-sustaining and being able to develop more than just partnerships that are external, but actually bringing in dollars. And there's a few ways that I'm looking at that, but I just want to make sure that that's stated, that the whole point of this is to try to get us to a foundation to where we can then be in a position to be self-sustaining, whether through leveraging different funding options or by being able to generate revenue through our programming. The participants that we have in our programs, we now have 4, which we'll get to, as well as any grants that we have applied, any grant dollars that we've secured, as well as any community outreach that we have. The third quarter accomplishments. So we have launched an MCE mentor program. We've launched an advisory board that has been filled. We have one M loan recipient that has paid off the balance, which was fantastic for them. Congratulations. The launch the citywide pitch competition, the first of its kind. Averaged 2 new clients a week from the marketing that we've been doing. Pitch contestants reported increased revenue opportunities after competition, so that was a fantastic success. And then we now introduced 4 programs. So it's been a very busy quarter for us. The main thing that I wanted to discuss with the mentor pool is this was created because there was a request from other entrepreneurs that have been in the business, and as you know, Maricopa has a very skilled population. Very passionate population. They have been there, done that, and then some. And they wanted to find a way to contribute back to the community. So this was created as an opportunity for them, and they have shown up and shown out. I believe 88% of our mentor pool is local entrepreneurs that either are retired or currently in business. And they're making themselves available over 40 hours in a month to go ahead and contribute towards the community, even if it's through just 1 hour a week or things of that nature. We now have started doing a party around it, which is on a monthly basis, meet the mentors, as well as we're going to be doing a monthly roundtable where the mentors as well as some of the advisors are going to be sitting around, and the clients can come in and come with certain discussions, come with certain topics, certain issues that are happening in their business that they can get multiple experience perspectives around. So I'll talk about what our next roundtable is coming up. The Business Advisory Board I'd like to introduce. There are 2 of them here, but I would like for you all to get to know who these gentlemen are. So these are all people that have made a measurable impact to the community and have been noted for their generosity and their, not just their generosity, but fostering a culture of generosity through the small businesses that have been around Arizona. So Odin Domingo is one of the co-founders of Cahoots, which is also a co-working space in downtown Phoenix. We also have Martin Schallenbach, who has been leading our charge around developing and training our startups on how to sell, how to promote themselves and give a valuable proposition to all of their clients and customers. Dan LaBeouf, he has just a wealth of knowledge everywhere when it comes especially to numbers and how to make those numbers work for you, how to read those numbers, how to make your finances work, as well as looking at different opportunities and leveraging those. As well, we have Mr. Corey Woods, who was previously part of the council in the city of Tempe. And now he currently is the director for the ASU Academy. Then we have Mr. Sean Kasher, who is here with us as well. And it says Intel and Microsoft. He does a lot of things in the background around that. But the biggest thing I want to mention about him is he is the founder of Volunteer to Serve. And the biggest thing that I've noticed around Maricopa is that we have a heart to serve. We have a heart to serve each other. We have a heart to serve, as we saw in the previous video, other communities. And that brings a whole different level of conversation when you're talking about a startup or an entrepreneur wanting to get out into the community. Most of them want to make an impact. They don't even want to make money, which is part of why we're there, is to show them how they can make money while still making an impact. So these are the kind of people that we have that are going to be consulting around MCE and around what kind of programs we have, to where there is a continuous perspective of generating an impact while being self-sustaining. The programming. So like I said, we have 4 programs. They are, this one, Smart Start to Success, a little bit of history around this. It was adopted from a program that was implemented over at APS to corporate. And it was a way of looking at how the employees there could have, it was a way to find a way of employee retention. Finding out what it is that really lights them up, what their motivations are, what the next steps are for them, and then putting them there or putting resources around it. Well, we've looked at that and we found that identifying the passions and the motivations and the skill sets, the reasons why you even want to start your business are usually the same reasons why you're going to keep starting your business and keep going and keep furthering, even though you may have 1 failure, 2 failures, 3 failures. And a lot of times people don't recognize what that is. They don't have the language for this is why I want to start it. They may say money, they may say kids, but what is their true passion and goal? And then leveraging their skill sets that they've learned from a employee mindset to being an employer. That is a very big jump for most people, is being able to say, I'm no longer going to be getting a paycheck twice a week, but now I have to self-generate my own way. It takes a different behavior. So this program contributes to that. Then we have the milestone plan that we've continued doing. That has shown to be very valuable when it comes to people mapping out what it is that they're going to be achieving, how they can then achieve it, and what the results of their actions week by week over a 1 to 2 year basis. It allows for them to create more camaraderie when it comes to their teams and teamwork. It allows for them to actually see that they need a team in order to take things to the next level, and it gives them numbers and measures and actionable items to achieve that. The boot camp intensive. This is something that we actually performed for our participants that were in the pitch competition. And this allows for them to revisit what their vision is and how to best give them a language and a voice to promote themselves and look at different areas around their business, around their idea, to where it's not just self-sustaining, but people actually want to be a part of it. People want to create with them. And so this intensive is something that's been invaluable to a lot of the clients that we have here and the clients that participate in the pitch competition. And then we have the On-Track program. This is the also known as Track 1 program that has been provided by NASET. It's a way for for entrepreneurs to have a cohort of their own, being able to communicate with one another, sit in like a roundtable setting, and go through very specific topics and revisit certain things that as they've been developing their business, what are some troubles, problem areas that either they've experienced or that their customers are starting to change and notice for themselves. So these are the 4 different programs that we have that they're all going to be actually launching, not all of them, the 3 of the 4 are going to be launching in January, and we still have the milestone program that we're continuing. Goals for 2018. This is actually something I really wanted everyone to see because we want to see more of what has been happening with, like for instance, our pitch competition winner here. And I'm not sure how to play this. Is there a way to do so? There. Oh, I guess the slide is to be played. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh.
When I got to MCE, we felt lost, and we didn't have a sense of direction on how to expand our business or where to go. We didn't have a plan. We had ideas, we had lots of ideas, but we didn't have a complete plan mapped out on how to get from point A to point B. Seeing others go through the process with us let us know that we weren't alone in what we were doing, that there were other people that had the same questions, the same, even though their interests are different, their businesses are different, we were all there for the same purpose. We were all there to learn, to progress, and to be better at what we're doing. MCE played, but MCE the right path on what to do.
We want to actually capture more stuff we have to offer, something before, over 60, we're not even storytelling. back and look at, I think we can on specific, most of the startups, all these companies that sponsor these, be it have some whole. So those are going to be vendors.
You want, how do you explain?
Like we're actually getting out to contribute, and wants to make an impact to over 1,000 people in the community to do.
Councilman Wade.
My other question is, in reference to that you're active.
Gotcha. Reason why we're been a metric that has.
Sure.
Quentin, questions, but I don't really have a question. Get any question. It becomes.
City Manager Rose.
Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council, if this item is approved, it will do a few things. One is it creates the Maricopa Arts Committee for that committee, and I will just read this into the record. The purpose of the Maricopa Arts Committee is to work to ensure that art impacts the life of our Maricopa residents on a frequent basis and promote an environment that fosters freedom of expression, creativity, and cultural inclusion through art. It would also create guiding principles, and I won't read those, but I will highlight them. The guiding principles of creating a strategic plan, provide a forum for community members to provide input into the arts program, and to provide an annual report to the Mayor and Council that highlights art initiatives in Maricopa and identifies the gaps to be addressed. I worked on these, on the creation of the committee, the purpose statement, as well as the guiding principles with Councilmember Chapados. Councilmember Chapados was your liaison and ultimately the chair of the Arts Task Force, and I would ask if she has any comments to make regarding this.
Thank you, City Manager. I just want to thank Council for being supportive of this. We have a lot of talented people here in Maricopa, and I think they're eager to get started.
Vice Mayor.
I move support this motion.
So we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I'm going to give that one to Councilwoman Chapados, if that's okay. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Thank you very much for all your hard work. And all in favor? Let's go to roll call.
Councilwoman Gussie?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith? Yes. Councilmember Chapados?
Yes.
Councilmember Wade?
Yes.
Councilmember Manfredi?
Yes.
Mayor Price?
Yes.
Motion passes. Great.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you for all your help and congratulations. And thank you very much to the Arts Council for sticking it out with us. We appreciate it. That takes us to the end of the City Council meeting tonight. Council, can I have a motion to move to E-session, please?
So moved.
The motion, is there a second? Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.